Okay, this section we're going to deal with how you print and cut, whether it's a transfer for a t-shirt or a bunch of decals or whatever that you're going to do. In this case, I have an Epson Workforce 30 printer. I use pigmented inks, and I'm basically going to make a transfer, a heat transfer on opaque material that will be applied to a dark colored t-shirt. So to do so, first thing you want to do is, like for instance, the paper for the heat transfer is 8.5 by 11 inches. So what I want to do is, when I create my print and cut image, I want to make the page size 8.5 by 11 inches. So what we'll do here is click on File, and we want to print and cut the image. We'll click Print and Cut. When that comes up, a new page will come up showing 3 registration marks. To be sure that you have the paper in the registration marks at the right side, the crop marks, what you want to do is you want to click File, Printing Setup. The menu comes up, and here's where you tell the where to place the registration marks. The margin, the top margin, I want it 1 inch from the top. I'll keep the bottom at 7 3/4 inches. The left margin, I want it a 1/2 inch, and the right margin, I'll have that as a 1/2 inch. It's the left margin, right margin, top, and bottom. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now on the crop marks, what I want to do is the width I want at 7 inches, and the length, make it 9. And we'll click OK. You'll notice that right here, when I click OK, the registration mark will change. Got a little bit wider, and I'll reduce the size. Now the item I want to print, in this case it's a Valvoline oil logo. It has to be a bitmap or JPEG image. So what I want to do is I want to click File, and I want to import that image from wherever it is. In this case, on my screen here, yeah, you can see it. I'll scroll all the way to the bottom. This is all the different logos I have. This image I want. I can double click on it or click open, whatever. You'll notice that it is a lot bigger than what it is. Now the size I'm looking for is about 6+ inches. So I can either right click the mouse, Properties, the keep aspect, that always stays there, and the width, now I'll make it 6.5 inches. Okay. Or I hit Control Z to undo it, or you can grab the corner, any corner, and you can size it to whatever that you need. Since I want a specific size, I'll just click width 6.5 inches. Okay. Now these registration marks, the image has to be inside the marks.
Hello. Please leave a message after the
For instance, if it's outside the mark like this, this part will not be printed or cut. It'll be printed, but it won't be cut. So if I'm not sure about it, I'll just drag the image down to the widest part, like this. I got plenty of room. And the crop mark itself is about 2 lines wide. So I could just move it up here, And that's it. I've got plenty of room here and plenty of room on this side here. Now this will print it, but now the cutter has to know, well, where do you want to cut it? Because if you try to cut it, it won't cut it because it doesn't see a cutting edge or a where to tell. So what I'll do is I'll click on the image and right click with the mouse, right click, image outline, and the actual outline comes up. I want to click extract contour lines, and it shows everything in blue is what it's going to cut, and click OK. Let's zoom in on this. You see a lot of stuff highlighted in blue. That's where it actually would cut. It's just as if you were converting a batmap image into a cutting image for your cutter. So what I'll do is I'll click Object, Break Polyline, because I want to work on all these different lines. Make sure that it's on Edit, Select, right up in the corner. And I want to, using your mouse, the left button, press down, create a box, drag it, highlight it, and click Delete. All the stuff inside is gone, but I still have two circles highlighted. This, I get a circle here and a circle there. In this case, you can just click the circle and hit Delete. Okay, get this down here so we can see it. Okay, so right now you have your bitmap image in one circle around the outside edge. This cutting edge, this is where the cutter is going to contour cut. Once you're done printing it and you put it back into the vinyl cutter, the machine will line up on these registration marks, and then it will cut where the circle is. Wherever that you have highlighted or left alone, that's where it's going to cut. If you had, for instance, something in the middle on different sides or whatever, it makes a difference. That's where it's going to cut. So what I'm going to do, once this is done, I want to print it. I'm going to click File, Print. The menu comes up with whatever default printer that you have. Okay. My default printer is the Epson Workforce 30 series. I'm going to click on Properties. In this case, for my Epson printer, I want to make it a photo quality print to get more detail. If I click Best Photo, it would really nitpick all little things. I just want photo. Click OK. Then you click OK. And it's going to start printing. Okay. Get done printing. Now this is my print. This is the way it come out of the printer, just like this. But to cut it, I need to have it orientated the same way as you see on your screen. The two registration marks on the bottom, the one in the top left hand corner, and the lettering just the same way as you see it. Now that this is the same way that you put it into the cutter. Okay, get ready to put in the cutter here. Turn the machine on. Remember, that's the way it is on your screen. So I'm gonna put it in here. You notice that I have the roller underneath one of the white marks here. The other roller is underneath the white marks here on your left, and under here is the eye. Make sure that's covered. Now to make sure that it's straight as I can get it, I'm going to hit the down arrow. Oops, it's locked. I want to hit enter. That will bring the cutter on top of the transfer. Then I'm going to hit the down, and I'm going to watch to see if it comes out straight. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. If it's crooked a little tiny bit, that's alright, because the registration marks will take care of that. If it is too crooked, just put the lever down, adjust your paper from the back, lock it, and click the down or up arrow again. Alright, now that we're ready to go, I'm going to go back onto the computer. I'm going to click File, Cutting, where is it? Cutting. The screen comes up. Click OK. Now what is happening is the eye is looking for the registration marks. It needs to know where your print is and where to cut. That circle you made on the outside, that will cut it. That's it. Unlock it, take it out, hit enter to move the head back. Now, okay, once it's cut, you take it out of the cutter, and all you do is you peel off the actual artwork itself. The rest you just throw away. Registration marks, you have no need for it. This is your actual transfer. What you'll be doing is you're going to be peeling it. You'll peel it from the back, and all you'll have left is this thin vinyl layer, no paper on the background, and you heat press it for whatever time and temperature that the material requires. In this case, it was 350 degrees, 30 minutes on the opaque, and the finished product is the logo on a forest green t-shirt. Ready to go. And that's it. It's really easy to do. Once you do the first one, which is always the hardest, after that it's easy. And that'll take care of this subject. Thank you. Okay, just a little extra here. Just remember, whatever... let's click Open. Cut Studio... Program Files, Cut Studio, let's click Service. And as for instance, whatever design you have, this is ready to cut for vinyl. You can also take the same artwork and you can cut it on the heat transfer vinyl using the same principles as if you're cutting a vinyl decal. You know, you cut it, you weed it, and so forth and so on. You can use it on the same thing for the vinyl that they put on the walls for decoration. It just, the uses are unlimited. You can, for instance, you can take the Dodge and you can cut your vinyl and either weed out all the letters and the spaces you don't want, or you can do just the reverse. You can weed out all the background so all the letters and other outlines are in the color of the vinyl. You can, again, it can go on t-shirts, aprons, so forth and so on. Anyway, I hope the video shows you a little bit on on how to do things, but experience is the best teacher. It's the only teacher. Again, with whatever you've seen on the video, there's probably 25, 30 different ways to do the same thing. This is how I do it. Others have their own way of doing it. There are other videos, especially on YouTube, that they don't really explain how and why you do something. Some of them are just videos with no words, and they're assuming that you already know how to do various things like the cutting, the weeding, and enlarging, and so forth and so on. Again, I thank you for your time and appreciate your patience in going through this long video. Thank you.